Hi, I want to speak a bit about emotional literacy. This comes up a lot in the workshops I lead, and we use that term, emotional literacy, to describe someone's competence, his or her ability to read and understand his or her inner life, and to make aware choices based on that information. Emotional literacy is necessary to function well in human and social relationships, but it's by no means the norm. Most of us have had 12 to 16 years or more of training in how to think. And during that time, our educational institutions may have never once asked, how or what are you feeling? And the stereotyped answer, for men at least, is okay, fine, or I just don't know. In the Mythic Warrior program I guide, the culture of Mythic Warriors supports and encourages the exploration and expression of emotion. But any particular group may have a wide range of emotional literacy. Depending on those levels, some basic concepts may need to be taught, either for the sake of a particular exercise or for the smooth functioning of the group as a whole. And some of these basic concepts and awarenesses are: 1. Data. Data refers to what actually happens. If there were 100 people in the room, data is what most of them would agree on. John walked by me and didn't say hello is data. John acted like a jerk is not. Sensations. Sensations are reports of processes within the body. When John walked by me and didn't say hello, I felt my jaw tighten, my stomach tense up, and my hands turn into fists. Those are sensations. They're reports of internal physical processes. Since they are statements about one's internal processes, they can't be argued with. Now, the third concept I want to speak about is feelings. Feelings are also reports of internal states, of our emotional worlds. Emotions are words that refer to a constellation of sensations. Clenched jaw, pulled up shoulders, crossed arms, a knot in the stomach may be signs of anger or fear. There are some people who say there are only 4 or 5 basic emotions: anger, fear, joy, sadness, and shame. And this can be a useful shortcut. But the point to remember is that feelings/emotions are a statement of one's inner life. They don't refer to the world. When John walked by me, I felt small, invisible. I felt afraid and wondered if I'd done something. I felt hurt because he was the only one there I knew. These are all expressions of someone's, in this case, my inner life, and they are emotions or feelings. And if they are a report of someone's, my own inner state, they are also not open to argument. And now I want to speak about stories and judgments. Stories and judgments are tales made up about the outer world. They are tools or strategies to explain or justify one's feelings. But a clear statement of feelings is not open to a disagreement, whereas a story always has the potential to start a disagreement or an argument. Stories and judgments are not feelings. Any statement at all that begins with "I feel like you" is the beginning of a story. The essence of feeling statements is "I feel like I." Statements that are about you are judgments. They're stories made up about another, or stories created to explain or justify a feeling that most likely hasn't been articulated or expressed. While there may be nothing wrong with judgments and stories, when they are inaccurately expressed, as feelings are nearly always, when they're there may be nothing wrong with judgments or stories, but when they're inaccurately expressed as feelings, it nearly always starts trouble. People with little emotional literacy do this over and over in their lives. And lastly, I want to speak about I statements and statements of needs. I statements are reports of internal states that are related to and should follow data. When you walked into the room and didn't say hello to me, that's data. I felt hurt, and it reminded me of how unpopular I was at school. I statements make an association between what happened, the data, and internal processes, feelings, etc., that arose from that. They do not claim to be the only possible or the right association. They are, again, reports about oneself. A high level of emotional literacy may involve taking this one step further and making a statement of wants or needs. This is useful in terms of clear communication. It takes responsibilities for a person's experience, and it opens the door for responses and connection. For example, if I said, I was feeling anxious and alone at the party, and I had a need for connection. When you walked by and didn't say anything, it didn't meet that need. All right, my next post is going to be on projections. Be well.